Hello, hello, friends. Hey. Your girl Janice is live. So happy Thursday. Okay. Yes. Happy Thursday, y'all. Happy Thursday. I am live. Hope all is well, guys. So I am popping in to, first of all, share a huge announcement that I'm excited to talk to you guys about today on today. So that's number one. If you're watching me, please go ahead and drop in the chat what city and state you're logging in from. I am logging in from Queens, New York, so Queens is in the building. So let me know where you are logging in from, and then also let me know where you guys are thinking about opening a beauty supply store because obviously you guys follow me because you know that this is the great work that I love doing. So if you have been kind of going over the idea of opening a store and you've been sitting on it for a while, this is your wake up call because I have some exciting things dropping. And then also, we are in the month of July, so we are ramping up for grand opening season. As you guys know, I always love to open a store during back to school, back to work, back to life, back to reality. Those are the months like August all the way up to September, and that's grand opening season for me. So literally, I have a grand opening every single month in this season. I have a grand opening that I'm going to on Saturday. So this Saturday, actually, let me go ahead and drop the flyer for y'all because this is one of the most beautiful stores that we've opened. It is called Prissy Beauty Supply in Brooklyn. So if you guys go ahead and go to my YouTube, you can go see the flyer. Okay, go to my YouTube, go see the flyer. So this is Prissy Beauty Supply opening in Brooklyn, New York. It is beautiful. It's actually the store here on y'all can't see it, but the store here on my book cover page, Breaking Barriers, that's dropping real soon too. That's so there's a lot of things that's happening. Glory to God. Um, is happening. That book launch is happening real soon. I'm gonna talk more about that in the coming weeks. But we have a grand opening there. Then we have one that's happening in September 5th in Indiana. I ain't never been there, so it's the first time for everything. I'm excited because I've never been there before. So Indiana, we have another store launch there. So my good sister Judith, Haitian sister of mine, is opening her store. Been working with her for the past year. She got about 140,000 in funding, and so my good sis um, is opening her store in Indiana next month. And so, y'all, it's grand opening season. And so, here's what we're going to talk about. If you're not in the game, you're leaving your legacy and money on the table. If you're not in the game, you're leaving your legacy and money on the table. So, let's talk about it. So, what's happening in the industry? And then I'm going to get into my major announcements. So, first of all, a lot of major chains, a lot of big retailers are downsizing. We have boycotts. We have a lot going on the grand scheme of things. Big box retailers, right? Which is leaving people wanting to go to a black-owned beauty supply store. People are craving to go to a black-owned beauty supply store. People are over Target. There's been a boycott. No one shops there. Anytime I even mention Target, just like not even realizing. I was like, oh, you can get, like the other day I told my mom, like, oh, you can get a bathing suit, or my aunt, oh, we can get a bathing suit at Target. I don't shop there. I was like, oh, I forgot. Sorry. It just came out my mouth. People people are not playing around with these boycotts. Dollar General now is a part of this boycott. People are not playing. We're not playing with the black dollar. And so with all that being said, people want to go to a black-owned beauty supply store. And if you have a black-owned beauty supply store, ooh, my head's starting to hurt. So what happens when I get too excited? If you have a black-owned beauty supply store and you are not marketing right now, if you're not marketing right now, that's the issue. That is the issue. I see that there is a huge gap between Black-owned beauty supply stores, systems, marketing, and all of like the essential things that people have a challenge with. Like you're struggling with these things. I literally just created a free guide for store owners. If you want this free guide, drop guide in the comments. I'll give you the link. Because there's some things that I see is a struggle for you guys. So we just finished this like this week, and so if you want the guide, go ahead and drop guide in the chat. But that's not even here what I'm talking about. I'm here to talk to people who want to open a beauty supply store, because people are still looking for a beauty supply store to shop at. Um, Beauty supply is a recession-proof industry. As you guys know a little bit about my story, I opened my store in 2010 at this point, so 15 years ago or so. And at that time, it was the biggest recession of the early 2000s. So the mortgage crisis of 2008 was a major crisis. People were literally selling their homes, foreclosure, all of that was at an all-time high. I was working at the U.S. Treasury Department at the time, and we were going around the country shutting banks down. Now, I got fired from that job, and so your job is not safe. I come here to tell you your job is not safe. Last quarter, some 300,000 jobs were lost by Black women, specifically Black women. 300,000 Black women lost their jobs in the first quarter due to this administration. Largest number out of any group. Any group was Black women, number one. Okay, so your job is not safe. I worked for the government and realized the job is not safe for a government type organization, and decided to open my beauty supply store, which was the best decision of my life. I'm very grateful that I did not listen to other people about opening a store during a recession. My parents were very scared. Everyone was really scared. Everyone thought it was crazy that I was opening a beauty supply. Well, first of all, they thought the concept of a Black person opening a beauty supply store was crazy. But then also during the time, which again, terrible times, unemployment was at an all-time high. It was just a terrible, like people just are scared. People were scared. And I opened it anyway, and I was very successful. Why? Because while the other stores, imagine that there were 5 people who want to open a beauty supply store, and it's a recession, economic downturn, something happened. You're the only person that opened the store, and the other 4 just are like, I'm going to wait for times to get better, and they don't open. You're the only one. And when you know your industry, you know your business, you understand that it's recession proof, that Black women are still going to get their lashes, edge control, weave, wig, even when things are tight. We don't compromise on our looks, on our beauty. We don't. That's not an area that we compromise on. We compromise on some other things and bills and this. That can wait, but I'm gonna make sure I look okay. Because if I feel terrible, I ain't gonna look terrible too. So it's recession proof. I saw this firsthand in 2008, y'all. And so here's the other fact. We already spend billions. We literally fund these stores, but we're not owners in it. We fund these stores. We don't own the shelves. And that's the problem that I've been trying to solve since 2017. And like I said, every single month I'm going to a launch. Every single month I will be at a launch. And if you're in New York, the launch is happening in Brooklyn, New York. And September 5th is the next one in Indiana. Those are the 2 dates that I have top of mind. But literally it's the best time to launch. It's back to school season. It's perfect. It's a time to start strong and to win Q4, right? So the overthinking, the researching, all the things, like it's just like time to move. It's literally time to move. So for those of you who have reached out and I've said like, hey, I want to do this, but I don't have money for like the top thing, I literally decided to bring back something that I literally don't even do anymore. I don't do this program anymore. I haven't done it for years, plural. But I decided to bring out the Beauty Supply Bootcamp program for those of you who are at the beginning stages and you particularly have issues with funding and credit. I dropped a poll in my private group, which is the Black Beauty Supply Power Circle group on Facebook, and I'm like, what is y'all major struggle? Like, what is the major challenge, the obstacle? And I want to say 90% of the people who answered the poll, thank you, shout outs to y'all, said funding and credit. Now, I have for the past couple of years, I've been doing the one-on-one thing, been working with a funding and credit person, specifically in that group. And so I decided to partner with him, partner with a few other people to actually launch this cohort with me to help y'all through those issues, as well as obviously getting the coaching and courses and things from me as well. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys real quick what that is going to look like in this Beauty Supply Bootcamp Program 2.0, which is the relaunch of my signature program that I launched back in 2017. Like, again, I want to preface that I have not launched a cohort in this program in years, right? Because I just really wanted to pivot and focus on the one-on-one program and launching stores. And y'all know that one-on-one program is $25,000 to get me and the team to actually launch the store for you and do all the things. But some people are just not at that place for that level of investment. So I'm bringing this back specifically. This is the only time I am doing this program. And what I'm super excited about it is that it is different. And so when you join this cohort, I'm gonna walk you through this real quick. One-on-one onboarding, which is a custom roadmap for your 6-week journey. So everybody's journey is going to be different because everyone is in different cities and everyone has different funding capabilities. So sitting down and like really creating what that roadmap looks like is going to be what we're going to start with. And then we have, of course, the 6 weeks of group coaching calls from me and my team. Again, that's like a funding expert, a credit person, my realtor, my interior designer, my architect, all the people that work in our top tier program. I have contacted them to actually have calls with you guys to go through all of these things. So we're going to go through it all A through Z. Okay. And then on these calls, what's going to happen is you're going to get personalized critiques and feedback of your work. So literally sitting down and looking at what you're working on one-on-one in the group setting is what we're going to be doing every single week for 6 weeks. So you guys get access to the online university, which has all of like the trainings and courses and everything that I've ever done since the beginning of time, plus the new content that I've been working on for the past 90 days. Literally 90 days, I've been working on all this new content for this online portal. So there's literally access to our world-class retail system, curriculum templates, and our retail library. So this is not just like training courses, but it's like hands-on templates, guides, documents, all the things A to Z to help you actually build and run the store. So you sit down with us and we're going through, like, for example, the product mix. Like, it's one of my favorite things to go through and work through is the product mix. Like, what are you going to sell? What are the brands? What are the specific items? Like, all those things. Getting feedback on what sells right now versus what is kind of like outdated. Like, a lot of people just don't know what that little information looks like, especially if you're not like doing this work every single day. And then we have like our private mastermind community. So like you're going to be in a group of other like-minded individuals who are wanting to open a store. It's really important that you have a group, community, network of mastermind members who are wanting to do what you do. Because a lot of times our family don't really get it. Our parents want us to be lawyers, doctors, whatever, working whatever 9-to-5 capacity. And so they don't get it. A mastermind group is a group of people who actually get it. And I'm a part of several masterminds where I pay $50,000, $100,000 to be a part of these groups because proximity to wealth is a thing. Proximity, when you get into a room of people who are high level and they're doing what you want to do, or they are at the place where you're trying to be at, when you get into that room, You literally have no choice but to rise to the occasion and get there. Period. That's just how it works, right? So the mastermind community is really, really important. People in my groups over the past like 8 years that I've been doing this have become very, very close, very tight. Like the women are very close. Like a lot of them are like they go to like hair events and they do a lot of stuff together. And I just absolutely love that because I so wish that when I got started that I could have been, even just being a part of a community would have been a game changer for me, let alone having mentorship and coaching, all that stuff. Just being in a room or a group of people where we're doing stuff and we, have conversations and we're in the same group, like that alone would have been a game changer for me when I was getting started. And so this group is for people who are supportive, who are going to lift each other up. Like crabs in a barrel mentality is not a thing. If that's your mindset, this group is not for you. You got to sit on the sidelines, get the healing, get the proper mindset, and then come back, because here we work as a collective. And that's the only way that, just in general, guys, that's the only way that us as Black people are going to move forward and reclaiming this industry, as if we move together as a big collective. Like, that's just the only way that's going to happen. So there's access to our vendor list, our vendor scripts, where literally word for word, this is what you say to these vendors. This is the vendors that you need to be looking at. This is the contact information. Like the information that where people are going online and they have like vendor lists and it's like 100 million different vendors on the list. And then you're still kind of confused because you're like, there's so many people on this list, I don't even know where to get started. That's not helpful. Like my vendor list is so concise and tight and like boom, for like on each thing, because those are like the real people to like call. Like these are the real, like you don't need a million people because that's just confusing and you're still not going to know where to get started. Like these are the 4 people. Choose one of the 4. Call them. This is what you say when you get on the phone to get these accounts, to get these catalogs, to get all these things you need for your store. Period. Okay. So that is that's a major key. Like I spent like $20,000 when I first got started with the wrong vendors. And I could have used that $20,000 for inventory. But you live and you learn. When you don't know what you don't know, like you just come in and you just, by the grace of God, it didn't fail with that $20,000 loss, but like it could have. And a lot of people do. So you just don't want to repeat mistakes that you don't need to repeat, especially if you already have someone giving you information. So we have these bonuses, done for you business plan, an additional 12 months access to the program. And literally, I'm going to drop the link for you guys to book a call, because we start top of September. We start September. But once you enroll, you get instant access to the course. So it's not like you're waiting to get started with things. You get instant access to the course, and then the coaching calls, we are starting September 1st. So literally top of grand opening season, we're going to start our coaching calls. The investment is paying full $5,000. And then there's also payment arrangements. If you want to do a payment arrangement, totally fine. Okay, but this is what that looks like. There will be no other additional cohorts or next time, or I'll try it next week or next month or next year. Like this is the only cohort I'm doing because I felt like doing a cohort. And when I put the question out on my page, this is how you guys responded. And so I'm just answering the call because y'all know usually I don't do this program. I just focus on my one-on-one people and just launch stores with the team. So now the team is coming and we're doing this group coaching program in our university so that you guys can actually get started and get over the hump of funding and credit. Okay, so guys, the link is there for you to book a call. Oh my gosh, my phone is about to go. All right, I have to go. But the link is there. I'm going to drop the link for you guys to book a call so that you can get into the cohort and also get the bonuses. The bonuses are going away this week. And so if you were not on the training Monday, You can watch this on the YouTube and see the slides and all this stuff. But guys, we are building stores. We are reclaiming the industry, creating jobs for people in the community, shifting neighborhoods, putting money back into the hands of Black families. So you're either going to watch this movement or you're going to be a part of it. Okay, that's just the end of it. And so I love you guys. Thanks so much for popping in on my live. And book your calls with me. I'm taking calls all this week. Bye, guys.